Hi guys, I'm Dr. Heimlich, and let's talk about fibromyalgia and vitamin D. A lot of my patients who come in who are suffering with fibromyalgia will ask, hey, I saw on the internet or read in the newspaper or I saw on TV where I should be taking vitamin D. Is that correct? Not necessarily. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, and if you get too much of a fat-soluble vitamin, our body doesn't excrete it very easily. If you get too much of a water-soluble vitamin, let's say like vitamin C, yeah, you just pee it right out, no problem, no foul. But with vitamin D, that's a different story. And sure, if you have fibromyalgia, there's probably a good chance that you also have some other type of autoimmunity going on in there. We tend to see that a lot in our office. Autoimmune just means where your body tends to attack itself. I know when I say that a lot of times, my fibromyalgia patients will say, oh my gosh, yeah, man, it feels like my body doesn't even know what it's supposed to attack and what it's not to, and it wears me out. And that's true. Now, vitamin D has a lot of great things. We all know it helps with calcium, with bone, and all that other stuff, but it also has been, a deficiency of it has been linked with breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer as well. There's a whole lot that it has to do in the system. So what you want to do with vitamin D is you don't want to just take it willy-nilly. You want to get checked out and see what your circulating levels are, as well as what's being stored by your body. Because unless you have both of those, you could get yourself in a problem with just taking vitamin D. And after you start taking a vitamin D, you need to be monitored to see what your levels are after that. Like I said, it's fat soluble, and the stores can get high in our system. They can actually, at one point, become toxic if it gets too high. Now, a lot of times, patients will come in, and they're already at high levels. Some of them aren't even taking vitamin D. Most of them are. So if we see that going on, what we have to do is try and get their body regulated, because like I said, a lot of times they'll have an autoimmune condition with it, which will be linked with your vitamin D being able to be utilized and stored by the body. So the take-home message here is, if you're taking vitamin D, get checked out, circulating as well as your stored levels. And if you're not taking vitamin D and you're thinking about it, before you start it, get those levels checked. And then after you've been on it for a couple months, get those levels checked again to make sure that you're not getting too much in the system. And if your doctor doesn't know how to get these tests done, you need to find a doctor that knows about this type of stuff, that doesn't just see the same information you do on TV and say, hey, yeah, you need vitamin D because it's good for you. Yeah, it's good for you if you need it. If you don't need it, it's not good for you. Just like anything else, there's such a thing as too much of a good thing. I'm Dr. Heimlich. Have a great day.